Good morning, His Excellency Mohammed Sharaf. Thank you so much for joining us here. I know that it's not easy to take out time from your calendar. So, but your joining us virtually also is a great honor. So, thank you so much for this session with us. Um, in fact, this morning we had a keynote from His Excellency Ambassador Sanjay Sudhir, who's also here with us. And he was also talking about um, how India and UAE are coming closer and closer with so much happening, including setting up of IIT Delhi campus in Abu Dhabi and IIM Ahmedabad campus now in Dubai. So, I would like to, in fact, engage with you in understanding how Dubai government is working on various initiatives, specifically with respect to bringing startups and making Dubai as the global hub for innovation and startups. And maybe if you can give us a perspective of how this agenda has, or how this vision has shifted with the D33 agenda, which is actually a very dynamic and very amazing agenda. If you can give us some perspective on that, and specifically with respect to the entrepreneurship and startups and how it's shaping up with respect to that. So yeah.
Thank you so much for that, Vikram, and good afternoon to everyone. It's a pleasure and it's an honor to be part of this IvyCap day, and we're enthused to engage and have a conversation on Dubai and what Dubai has been doing. And I think we've had a wonderful time, obviously, conversing with you about this and some of your portfolio. But one of the things that I wanted to share, and for everybody in the audience to have an appreciation of what is D33 and what is the D33 agenda. D33, for those of you that are not aware of it, is an agenda that was launched by His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE, ruler of Dubai, in January of 23, which was the goal to double our GDP in the span of a decade. So the D is for Dubai, the 33 is for 2033, and that is something that we are taking a multi-pronged approach to, and it's a challenge that we have a clear agenda and a strategy to achieve. Firstly, what we're doing is we're taking a look at the current ecosystem. We're understanding the base and how we can better that for the existing players in the existing sectors in which we are strong in or which we want to continue to grow in. And that goes into fine-tuning as to how we can debottleneck, how we can unlock value, how we can help companies grow and accelerate in an even faster pace. The other area and the other scope of what we do on this is how are we promoting Dubai as the right solution and the ecosystem for investors, for individuals, for businesses to use the Dubai hub and to make a step change in their ambition. That is not something new. It's something it's something that Dubai has done consistently, I would say, over many decades and generations, where it has been, I would say, very commerce-minded, has been, very, very keen on doing what's in the best interests of businesses and the best interests of the city, and has proven to do that over generations. Dubai has been welcoming of investors, has been welcoming of capital, has been welcoming of families. If you think back, several decades ago, many merchants, some from India, some from wider in the region, looked at the opportunity of Dubai and looked at Dubai as a place for them to grow their businesses, to grow their wealth, etc. And it continues to today. the traditional sectors, I would say, continue to thrive and grow and attract businesses, but we've put in a more of a focus on the next phase of growth being more productivity focused and productivity led. And with all of the new and exciting technology and innovation that has emerged in the past decade or so, we have done quite a bit proactively to attract more investment and create an ecosystem that those businesses in these new and emerging sectors find the right base and the right ecosystem for them to develop their product in an ecosystem that is welcoming, but then also works very closely with them to find and define new routes for them to expand their businesses beyond the existing footprint and go beyond the borders of the UAE and expand that globally. So some of the things, when it comes to founders specifically, Dubai's ambition is aligned with scale-ups. We are building an economy where 30 unicorns and 400 high-growth SMEs can emerge from Dubai over the next decade, and we have a number of programs sitting behind that.
That's amazing. In fact, I have been traveling to Dubai very actively since 2007, and in fact, that was the time I had actually set up a Sharia-focused healthcare fund. And I've seen how Dubai has actually come up over the years. It's just amazing. Maybe if you can just throw some light on specific and concrete measures that Dubai is taking when it comes to building this the innovation, Dubai as the innovation hub, and what are the specific steps Dubai is taking to do that?
So one of the things that we looked at when it comes to these technologies was the regulation side. What we had noticed and we had seen is that there's quite a bit coming up that is disruptive to traditional businesses, disruptive to traditional ways of doing things, and rather than take the approach of pumping the brakes and trying to figure out all of the regulation from a public sector perspective first, and solving all of the potential issues that we can foresee as a public sector, and pulling all of that regulation together, and then allowing businesses to conform to that, we took more of a proactive approach in setting up Sandbox Dubai, for instance. Sandbox Dubai it's a real-time test bed for frontier technologies. We've started off specifically with businesses in AI, health tech, clean tech, and PropTech. For example, in August, Amazon piloted a gig economy delivery model through Sandbox Dubai in 2025, showing how even large firms can test disruptive models before scaling up globally. What we effectively do is we want these technologies to come and work with regulators for us to co-develop what a framework around these disruptive technologies should be, and allows that product to be developed in an ecosystem and an environment that is safeguarded, safeguards the customers, safeguards businesses, safeguards the wider economy, until we are in a sort of an area or a situation where we feel as confident that the right regulation is in place for those businesses both to thrive, but also safeguards all the other stakeholders and take it to market. So rather than stunting the growth and prolonging timelines, we're actually helping some of these technologies come to life and come and monetize much earlier and quicker. The second thing that we've also done is we've taken a look at specifically what do founders need to set up a business in Dubai, and we're piloting something called Dubai Founders HQ. Dubai Founders HQ is effectively It's a founder-first one-stop shop. It's designed to serve a wide range of users, from founders to traditional SMEs who are beginning to digitize their international ventures and expanding to Dubai. What we've effectively done with Dubai Founders HQ is we've brought four critical pillars into one area. Firstly, a physical campus. We have a 20,000 square foot space in actually right behind me here in One Central in the 25 Hours Hotel, which acts as a community hub, and it becomes the ecosystem center of gravity. It has co-working areas, meeting rooms, private offices, collaboration areas, and even an event space. The second area that we saw that founders need is obviously a digital platform. Information on how to get started to grow in Dubai, a new learning hub built in-house, and a consolidated ecosystem database all in one space. The third area we looked at was enabling services that these businesses would need. So licensing, business support tools, venture building programs, to incubate and launch new financially robust companies that can grow rapidly is a service that we've embedded within Dubai Founders HQ. And then finally, we've looked at, okay, how do we help them accelerate their growth to supercharge the creation of high potential growth ventures? The early stage sector specific programs, including logistics, mobility, AI, etc., delivered by leading operators and anchored by corporate partners who can provide niche expertise and market access. So bringing in some of the world's best, knowledge bases to that accelerator program gives these businesses an advantage, I would say, over others. We've partnered with the flagship unicorn builder, with Endeavor, to identify 20 to 30 of the most promising ventures in Dubai and help them 10x their growth over the next 3 years by working hand in hand with them. Another area that is, that we've also focused on is when it comes to fintech and AI. Right, so at the DIFC, which is our financial free zone, we've established the DIFC Innovation Hub, which includes the DIFC Fintech Hive, and it's the MENA region's first and largest fintech accelerator, connecting startups with over 40 global financial institutions, and has also hosted a number of fintech startups from India. The other area we have is one that is a PropTech hub that also sits within the DIFC's Innovation Hub, which was launched to position Dubai as the global capital for real estate innovation, bringing together property developers, tech startups, and investors to scale PropTech solutions in one of, I would say, the world's most dynamic real estate markets. Also within the Innovation Hub, we have the Dubai AI and Web3 campus, which is the region's largest dedicated cluster for AI and Web3 companies, offering state-of-the-art facilities, flexible licensing, and funding access to attract global AI engineers, blockchain innovators, and digital-first businesses. Finally, we also have a dedicated entity that looks to the future. And this goes to show a bit more of the Dubai's mindset of continuously being over future forward thinking and future looking. So within the Dubai Future Foundation, we've also established a specific fund. It's called the Dubai Future District Fund, and it's $1 billion evergreen venture funded by the Dubai government and the DIFC, with a mandate to invest in tech startups and funds. DFDF is actively backing ventures in fintech, AI, climate tech, and co-investing with global VCs to expand this ecosystem.
That's
when
amazing.
when we take all of these and we add to it, again, like I started off with progressive regulation. We started one of the world's first dedicated regulators for virtual assets called VARA. Putting all of these pillars or these enablers together, I think we've been hard at work at building an ecosystem for founders to test, scale, and globalize their businesses.
I think everything that founders would look for, right? The entire support system is what you have created. That's just amazing. In fact, what we've also seen, a lot of entrepreneurs coming from India wanting to come to Dubai because they see the opportunity to see Dubai as a launch pad, for global expansion. How does Dubai become a global launch pad for entrepreneurs and beyond just being business friendly place? So if you look at beyond just being a business friendly system, how does Dubai become a launch pad?
I think business friendly and the ease of doing business is something, and it's one of the pillars under D33 is a cornerstone and extremely important to attract businesses to come and thrive from Dubai. But beyond that, one of the biggest sort of advantages that you have from Dubai is Dubai's strategic location and the market access that comes with it. So, geographically speaking, Dubai is in a very important part of the world. Connectivity that has been built, the network that has been built from the hub of Dubai, has been something of focus for like I said, decades and generations, and will continue to be a key part of how we are going to add value to businesses globally. Currently, Dubai connects to over 270 cities through Dubai airports, and if we go beyond that through land and through sea, we're connected to over 400 cities around the world. It's important also, when you're looking at location, 2/3 of the world's population lives within an 8-hour flight of Dubai. So your ability to get to markets in a time-effective manner is also very, very important. When you think about, and I've shared this stat with you, Vikram, I think many times now. But you think about, the connection, the connectivity that you have between Dubai and India. We have more than 560 weekly direct flights to to 23 cities all across India. So it's become sort of a home away from home for a lot of Indian talent, and continues to grow. When we look at market access, the India-UAE SEPA has been a huge enabler of exponential growth, I would say, in that case. I mean, the UAE and India, Dubai and India have had, we've been sort of top 3 trading partners for many years. And despite coming from a higher base, post the signing of the SEPA, we've seen non-oil trade increase to 240 billion dirhams in 2024, which was a 20% increase year on year. So India is the UAE's top non-oil trade partner, and we see that the SEPA is accelerating even more that growth. If we look at more specifically, we've seen a number of businesses more recently leverage all of the things that I've mentioned for their globalization and their internationalization. Policy Bazaar, for instance, set up in the DIFC and now uses Dubai as hub for MENA expansion. Lenskart is another good example, which has scaled into the GCC from its Dubai base. The Urban Company, for instance, has expanded services across Middle East, leveraging Dubai as its operations base. So more and more of these of Indian startups and businesses that are starting to scale up are using this platform and the Dubai hub as the springboard for to billions of consumers across MENA, Africa, and even Europe.
That's amazing. In fact, when we look at the IIT alumni itself, we were looking at the data, and there were about 5,000 IIT alumni in the UAE region, with about 1,000 of them actually having moved in the last 3 years itself. And a substantial part of those people are now becoming entrepreneurs. In fact, we invested in a company recently called Zoovies, which is actually operating from Dubai, but catering to the global markets in the gifting space. A perfect market from a launchpad perspective. But I think from a talent perspective, I think what are the other measures you're doing to attract talent into Dubai?
So talent is critical to our plan, critical to our growth. It's the backbone of the D33 agenda, and our aim is to shift our workforce to be 60% high-skilled professionals over the coming decade. We're currently at about 40%, above 40%, but the goal is to shift to 60%. In just the last 2 years, the UAE has seen a quadrupling of AI talent. The DIFC alone has seen more than almost a 3x in professionals across finance, tech, and adjacent sectors. And we've done this through, one, obviously promoting Dubai as the hub that it is, and continuing to expand that network, but also introduced visa policies and visas that give more and more investors, founders, and businesses the ability to work from Dubai and to call Dubai a home. We have the Golden Visa, for instance, which is an investment-backed 10-year residency in the UAE, has been wildly successful, I would say. We have remote work visas as well that have attracted global professionals, and has been fueling the inflow of engineers, scientists, entrepreneurs, etc. And we have other visa categories for highly skilled talent, etc., that allow them to no longer have to have their residency tied to an employment, for instance. And that has brought some very interesting talent more recently. If we look at the Indian diaspora, for instance, it's a very interesting case study to show how this transformation has taken place. If we go back to the 70s or so, the diaspora in Dubai and the UAE was predominantly blue collar, about 90% were blue collar workers. Today, we have grown the percentage of professionals, entrepreneurs, founders of successful businesses, etc., to about 40% of that diaspora. So we've seen a shift, and that shift we expect to continue to grow. An important piece that goes hand in hand with talent is when it comes to the education piece. On the education R&D front, we're now seeing a major new wave of collaboration, especially with Indian institutions. You mentioned IIT Madras. It launched its first flagship center in Dubai, focused on R&D. And I think it was just earlier this week. Also, we had the launching of IIM Ahmedabad campus in Dubai as well. So it's creating more opportunities for talent to find the right education, for them to explore those routes in Dubai, with their ultimate ambition, ultimately to be in Dubai. I'd say at some point in time, allows them to get that education and then join or pursue their dreams from Dubai. I mean, we've also got other industry-focused tech and business schools like the Masters Union. We're setting up in Dubai, creating an India-Dubai talent corridor where students and founders are trained locally but work on global challenges. And the result is that founders can now build teams in Dubai with world-class international talent. Your ability to be able to, as you are globalizing your business, many businesses see that they do need voices from the markets which they are looking to address in-house and as part of their talent. So the ability to build a multicultural team in one location is broadly unrestricted, but secondly is also an ecosystem in an area where a lot of talent wants to come to Dubai and co-create and help take those businesses to the next level.
Oh, that's amazing. While we've run out of time, I'll just ask one last question very quickly. And I also want to thank you for, in fact, helping Wealth Breaks, where I've joined as an advisor on the board of advisors, and Rajesh Khanna, who's the founder, is also here. Uh, we have quite a few founders in our portfolio who actually want to, come to Dubai and launch their business globally. How should they engage with you and your department?
So at DEDC, I mean, we see ourselves as partners to founders and investors. We have a dedicated team called our investment support team that provides end-to-end guidance from licensing and incentives to strategic introductions, and helping with the administrative pieces of getting set up, because we want businesses to focus more on business rather than the admin, which is important, but we help to alleviate some of that burden. We also offer aftercare and talent facilitation through visas and ecosystem access as well. Specifically for IvyCap and IvyCap portfolios, I mean, we've already engaged with several of IvyCap portfolio founders. We're happy to engage with the others that we haven't, and put you in touch with our team that will help you navigate the setup phase. A great opportunity to do that, I would say, is even do that in person. We'd love to see all of you at GITEX and North Star, which is the world's largest tech and startup show, attracting over 200,000 visitors in October. And as I've mentioned to you also, Vikram, and I've mentioned to everybody else here, is that we're planning our next visit, hopefully DEDC's visit to India in October, and I think that's a perfect chance to meet more of the IvyCap family and hopefully talk to you in more depth about how Dubai can work better for yourselves in setting up, and how we can be your on-the-ground partner in Dubai to help you land, scale, and thrive globally.
His Excellency Mohammed Sharaf, thank you so much for your time today. We're really delighted with all these insights and the advice you've given, and the support system that you created for the founders. We're all excited here and look forward to engaging with you more meaningfully. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I wish you all a wonderful day.